Chapter 10. The Created One. Macabre Experiments. I don't think I pronounced that correctly. Welcome back to Let's Play The Sword of Etheria. Today, we have Juju! Hey! Yeah, last episode we apparently found her. Down here, instead of Leon. Which is weird. Before we found Juju in the last episode, Almira wonders if Leon will be okay if he's down here. Because still we have no idea if he's down here or not. Because she says that the density of Etheria, for some reason, is similar to the outside. Like when they were all paralyzed and couldn't use their Lexes and they were completely immobilized because they had stones or magic kind of shooting out of their heads. Yeah. It's similar to that, which actually means like the sign of a god. Pretty bad. But then all of a sudden Juju comes in to the scene. She comes in after she had her whole revelation and she ran around trying to figure out what the heck. And she says that she was looking for Feel. She was looking for Feel and the rest of the group. Which apparently brings her down here. I have no idea. But the fact is that, well, now they're all in the same situation. They're all stuck down here. She doesn't have a way out. And neither do we. So, despite previous conflicts, she decides to come along. So they can all find a way out, and getting around with 3 people is definitely a lot easier than 2 or 1 person alone. Definitely gets that part right. Now, in terms of this place, the whole feeling of there's nothing really worthwhile or nothing helpful down here in terms of anything, and yeah, that was great use of deathblow. Fantastic. And also this place is, of course, really depressing. Feel can actually kind of feel wordplay. Like somebody has cried horribly down here. But Juju actually explains what this place kind of is. This wonderful flesh bone place is the god's, quote, playroom, as she calls it. Playroom in the sense that they love doing biological experiments and destroying the results afterwards using different machines and different objects. And in terms of this stage, she also tells the rest of the group that when there is total darkness, a mechanism reaches the proximity to call upon the light Etheria. Oh, can I use the level 2? Shoot! I wanted to use the level 2 so bad. But yes, when there is total darkness, a mechanism, machine, whatever it may be, reaches the proximity to call upon the light Etheria of the Earth. Kind of an interesting piece of information. But the whole goal of this area is to avoid traps. Avoiding traps apparently includes killing enemies. But this being a volleyball beat 'em up. Yeah, okay. But the fact is, we have 3 members here. And of course, we have Juju in our party. This was the reason why I defeated Gollum in Chapter 6. When you defeat Gollum in Chapter 6, you fight Juju in Chapter 7, and then you pick her up in Chapter 9. If you did it the other way around and killed Juju first, you'd fight Gollum in Chapter 7, and pick him up here. Thing is, Juju is kind of like Almira. I have 2 ranged fighters now, which is really fantastic. And if you remember well, back in Chapter 7, she was kicking my ass. And for good reason, because she is a very good party member to have. But of course this leaves a question of where is Leon? It's weird how he's not down here. Or if he is, where he kind of ended up, because I'm kind of traversing the whole area, mapping it out. I apparently have a map, which I don't get. But, whatever. Well, of course, this is exactly why I wanted to defeat Gollum in Chapter 6. It was because I wanted to pick up Juju for this act, and for the next couple of chapters. It's gonna make things a lot easier. Now, in terms of in between chapters, I wouldn't recommend upgrading Juju right away, because, well, she's already a powerhouse, pretty much. But I wouldn't recommend it because, well, 1, she's a powerhouse, and 2, Theo and Almira need it more than she does. It's like, Juju has 6 Lexes. 6 wonderful pink Lexes. She doesn't need any more help than that. I kind of feel bad for the new Oz group too, because they got the short run of the color system. Because the original group with Kane was red, Almira blue, Leon yellow. And then the new Oz group gets like purple, pink, and green. Gollum having green I have no problem with. But this is what she meant by the whole total darkness business. Obscure Etheria. Yeah, this is pretty much what she was meaning. You can see how it's really dark in here, which means that, well, the light Etheria is being siphoned up in order to light up the area. And also emit barriers. So pretty much what we have to do. Smash them. Of course. What else is there to do in a game where... Yeah, I'm kicking the horse. Kicking the dead horse. Of course there's 2 of them. Ta-da! And it's light in here! It's also not purple. I like it. And I can't go back through the way I came, so let's go through here. I didn't mention how much I liked the music in this stage. It's really... it's upbeat, but also eerie. I guess it's just because of the instrumentation. As I smack the curios around. Da-da-da-da! Now, what I was also saying about Juju and the, what I decided to do in Chapter 6, this is also the point, last chapter I forgot to mention was pretty much the point of, it was the last affection area that you go through, is Chapter 8, because of course you get separated. Depending on the amount of points you put into affection of either Almira or Leon, you get them for the next couple. You get them for the rest of the game, or the next couple of stages. I mean, because I put more affection selections and points into Almira, I got her. And for good reason. I don't really want her. Oh, can I use it? Can I use it, please? Yay! I get to show it off. It's awesome. It's awesome, and it does a lot of damage. Yeah, I wanted Almira for this part of the game before everything kind of gets back into play. This is actually a lot of filler and discovery, I have to say. Because what we're doing down here is pretty much trying to get out. There's no reason for us to be down here. It's more figuring out what the gods are pretty much doing, and giving us more incentive to hate them. Hooray! Kinda messed up. Really, really messed up. But the fact is, you could also the fact is, with the way I planned out my characters, is you can also do it a couple of different combinations. You could do Almira and Gallum, you could do Leon and Juju, you could do Leon and Gallum. I've done the game a second time and now I've done it with Leon and Gallum, so I get pretty much the full amount of the actual cutscene banter. Not the text box banter, but the cutscene banter. Just so I had everything all together. Like, you could do it however you want. You could have the chargers with you, you could have a balance. I kind of went the easy path because I'm cheap that way. And I didn't want to spend too much time in here because, like I said, depending on who you have and your skill, you could be in here for 15 minutes, or you could be in here for half an hour, and I choose the 15 minutes.